Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chine. Did y'all get into chapter 3, Lexi Chanel McCullum's Bio Dad Part 2? It was a lot. Y'all, this right here, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna say that this is not her story because I don't know, right? I wasn't there, so I can just say allegedly. But I'm also gonna say that I believe her. Chris Fletcher is probably the worst make of a man there has ever been. She talked about in part 1 how he said that he wanted to have a relationship with her son. And her son was born on the same day as her niece's birthday. They came the next day. In part 2, she talks about how he didn't really have a relationship. Every time they would come to Nashville, they would come to see her and the baby for a little bit, and then they go shopping. And she said after that, like she was in school, she had countless jobs, and she was trying to pay for daycare. You know what I'm saying? She got a baby. She said, I'm an adult. I got a child. So Chris wanted her to bring the baby to Huntsville. She said that she made a deal with him and said, if I come, you have to pay for my gas, right? She said he did that for a little while. Then she would come, and she said one time she came, she had the baby in the car, and she went to the house where she thought they lived. And then he told her to meet them at Home Depot. She followed them home to a new house that she didn't know that they were living in. And that's when her window had got broken that she had talked about before, that they said they were going to pay for, but now they couldn't pay for the window because they had paid $2,000 for blinds for the house. So she said she really didn't bring it up. She didn't want that smoke. And her stepfather, who she considers to be her real father, is the one who got her window fixed, right? So she said she was going back and forth trying to do all these things, trying to be a part of the family. And it got to a point she just couldn't do it. And so she said another time, her mother, she was in college, right? She said her mother contacted her and said, I just want to let you know that I'm about to get ready and take your dad to court, and this could happen. He could go to jail. Child, Chris owed $20,000 in back child support. And had he not paid it, he was going to jail. And that's what Lexi's mother wanted to make sure she was okay with Lexi. Lexi said, let's go. Do what you got to do, mama. Do what you got to do, ma'am, to get your money and help me with this baby and help me with these bills, because I am a struggling single mother out here. And she said her mother and her stepdad was helping her, but she also was talking to her dad, and he should help. Child, Nell gave Chris the $20,000 so he would not go to jail. That's why Nell feels a certain way about this baby right here, right? This is his daughter. And she did not want to do anything. She said that they would do everything for like her nieces, but wouldn't do anything for her son. And she was like, he asked me, he called me and said he wanted to be in my son's life, and he only did that for a little bit. Right? And then Nell is just in total control of everything. Like she said that when she would sit down and have a conversation with her father, he would go and talk to Nell, and Nell would come back and tell her no, if it's something she was asking for. So it's like, she said there, Dad, can you buy me a pair of shoes? Let me go talk to Nell. No, we cannot buy you a pair of shoes. You got child support. So that's why Nell kept saying, we pay child support. Because Nell had to break off 20 grand for Chris's back child support. Now, she put up like a little survey of when did we think she got her child support, like when he got caught up. It clearly was when she was like 23 or 26. 23. I'll say 23. And at the very end of this, it was so sad. Because she said they equate having money, buying things, materialistic things. They equate that to love and time. She said that she didn't want any of that. She just wanted her dad. right? And she just cried throughout the end of this conversation because she was like, I mean, I like nice things. She was like, my name is Chanel. I would like to have a Chanel bag. But if I could have my father, I wouldn't even worry about having a Chanel bag, right? And that's something that she can work for. But she said labels were very important. She talked about how charming her dad was and all of that, and how they really did a lot for those kids and not her so much. This is a lot. And Chris should be ashamed of himself. If this is what's really going on, Chris Fletcher should really be ashamed of himself. And I will say this. When that thing happened with Nell and Ariana Curry, she came online without a wig on to get at Martell for putting her out there like she was being chummy with Ariana. We have not heard from Chris or Nell or the kids. Because, I mean, it could be a situation where she said, we're not going to say anything. But she said some things that people need addressed. So for me, until they come out, I believe everything Lexi says. I don't know how you feel, but that's how I feel. Y'all let me know if you watched it. Let me know what you think about part 2, chapter 3. And the next chapter that is up is family history. I don't know what that can be about, but I'll be here for it. It's your girl, Millie Chun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.